playstyle from back home. You're beating teams week in, week out. They're not punishing you for different playstyles, but you go up against this international talent and they say, you know what, we actually play this. And you go, hang on a minute, we're not ready for this one. So I'm sure they've been scrimming religiously. I'm sure they've been studying VODs as well. And they'll be looking at SVP and thinking, we know you got some comfort picks. We know you've got some options. And teams like Buram, you know, essentially are the same. So I think every bit of game experience they can get going into that one is invaluable.
And here we are at Champ Select, and the bans are in. Just any immediate thoughts right here as as we check out the bans, and you know the first champions that will be selected.
I'm down for Akali first pick. Oh, they didn't pick it. Oh,
They had other plans. They had other plans for that. Oh.
Yeah, because it's like I know it's risky to pick Akali as first pick because of there's still Lee Sin open up.
Yeah, the Varus though, and we have the Galio. I think that was pretty much expected on the side of Team Secret, and I think it's more of like, you know, it's a surprise when they actually go with something that's a little bit more, you know, traditional, I guess, like the Galio. But comfort pick, I believe, for James. Oh, here's your Akali.
Akali and Lee Sin right now, please.
Yeah. Special
Just
request. Special request coming in from Jess. What about you, Skimmy? What are you? Oh, but then as we say that, another Nami comes in. What do you think about the draft so far?
Yeah, I really like the Lee Sin idea because like you can obviously reveal stealth, especially with Twisted Fate banned away as well. If you really want the Sakali, give it all the protection in the world. But they're going for an army. I suppose they're more scared of giving this across to the Varus to make it so insanely strong in those early portions of the game. But I don't think Team Secret will really mind. I'm sure they've got plenty more tricks up their sleeve. Yeah, go for the Vide. I mean, I'm seeing more and more knockups by the second. I was wondering perhaps if it could be a final pick Yasuo, but I imagine with the Fiora, it's kind of unlikely.
Fiora, I do remember Azar being very memorable on the Fiora in the summer season. Lately, I think the Fiora hasn't become a very popular pick, and you know, in terms of Team Secret. But oh, here's the Lee Sin. Here's the Lee Sin. Jess, are you happy? Are you happy with this?
Yeah. Well. Yes, it is.
Perfect. And and now we have the Thresh coming on in. Okay, because Team Secret earlier didn't exactly have a lot of success, I think, on the Thresh. In their earlier match. Skimmy, what are your thoughts on them bringing it up?
Of 2. Now, Omo, we're gonna find out what's gonna happen here. SVP has gotten Akali as well as Lee Sin, and this is definitely going to be interesting.
Look, before we get into all the nitty-gritty important stuff, look at this level 1. Super cheeky SVP. I don't know if that's worth it, man.
Well,
they don't even burn a flash.
It's worth a try. Just pulling in whatever cheese strats that's still available.
Yeah, that's true. But this is exactly what Skimmy was talking about, right? In the early game, he's fresh. You gotta get him rolling and doing things with the trash before you get into the late game and he becomes trash. I completely agree. He's strong right now. They don't even get anything out of this. Pego starts with his hook level 1. He's not gonna be an effective laner at all. And I tell you something really quickly, Contra. I'm jealous of someone. Do you know who that is?
Who's that?
It's listening. BRU United. They played the first 2 games of the day and went to bed. Look at everyone else.
Everybody's working overtime.
Except BRU.
I guess at least for Team Secret, they say, yeah, we're going to go for the midnight hustle.
Yeah.
Well, it's not exactly midnight, but then again, yeah, it definitely feels like it for us. So, not complaining, though. Yeah. Well, we have a little bit of a hustle in the mid lane. Both junglers just hanging out over mid.
Both junglers just making sure they can push, get the prio, and have the backup for the scuttle crab, right? This is how they want to play it out. They want to make sure that everyone's on the same page here. They want to make sure that they can at least trade scuttles. It's very rare that you see a double scuttle in Wild Rift, and that's because it's very easy for your jungle to just come mid, push out the waves, and you trade sides. And no one really wants to flip the game over a scuttle crab. And look at Pagol, he's getting bullied out right now, exactly like you would expect, but this is not nice, Manson. Oh,
whoa!
He has flick,
nice.
And
that steps in as well connects so perfectly. It could have actually cost it Albert's life. But yeah, fresh, pretty much fresh. But here comes
no.
His mom's telling him, hell yeah!
It's a heartbreaker, man. I mean, they did so well to get away from that situation, and Albert, he would be so happy to trade 1-for-1 there. What happened in mid lane? How do you kill him?
Oh. Another kill going over bot side.
I'm lost.
Great dive coming from Team Secret. We're having a lot of all these action going on, and I guess that Team Secret, they love going for those trades. It favors the Fiora, and this time, that Darius is gonna have such a hard time. But here comes Albert though. The flash comes out from Azar, easily dives over the wall.
Yep.
Does not connect onto the resonating strike, as we have a little bit of push and
I
pull
want to
over
see
the
a
mid.
replay of what was happening at the top lane as well, because I'm pretty sure before the camera panned to bot lane, we saw Papa try to do some fancy things. He tried to go for an E flash to catch Hamas off guard by flashing behind him. Obviously, that's not gonna work, right? Because it's a bit of a stretch. I think Hamas got away from that, and then we saw the kills being traded in bot side, whatnot, mid lane trading. Pretty exciting game so far. Not like the other Team Secret. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. Look at. Oh, not this play. Actually, this is a different one. I'm getting bamboozled, but it's fine. It happens.
It's still great. It's still great.
It's still
I
great.
like-
This is still a really good play. Look at all but here. Chewy gets a bit clumsy. I get it. It's late at night, but this is an amateur mistake. You know, that's not something you should be doing.
Yeah, I guess maybe
Oh,
he
deja
just
vu.
doesn't mind just putting in ADC behind, and Yazi somehow survives with a little help.
Really, yeah.
Like too much that Tatsuri could
Oh,
possibly
Tatsuri-
do. Wins the
Tatsuri-
war.
Oh, he tries. He was close. He was close.
A for F. Now,
A
back
for
to bot.
effort.
For business
Oh, this is
here.
do- double.
Thunderstorm not going to be able to get Papa surviving the damage being done.
There we go.
Looking quite convincing, just not being
Look
able
at-
to pull it right back.
Look at Hamas. He has the locket of the Iron Solari without a single item. You really love to see it. He's doing his job as a trash. He's doing his job as a support. He doesn't need these items. You're gonna see a bit of a gang. Pagon flashes the wrong way. GG.
Oh boy. Yep, you called it out. Pagor kind of overstands. He tries to even go head to head against Azar, which you've already lost as he switched over on the Dragon lane, going back to Baron lane. Same thing happening all over again, and it feels like SVP, they're running out of energy, and I'm not talking about this Lee Sin just about yet, because this Lee Sin's
Yeah.
got a lot to work on.
Indeed, indeed. Lee Sin has a lot to work on for sure. I think everyone has a lot of work on. Pagor as well. He sacrificed his lane. He sacrificed his entire game basically on that coin flip at level 1. I'm gonna hold that thought. We're gonna see a fight here.
Great on coming in
Nice.
from the Galio.
Tatsuri.
That forces Flash coming in from Lee Sin. This will be a Herald takedown for Team
Uh-oh, she's
Secret
dead.
as they will submit.
Lock
Still,
it.
Yasi and the Tatsuri just arrived to see the hero's entrance. They will be able to actually get the catch. There goes Yasi. And yet again,
Oh,
SVP
they
manages
want
to
more.
still sneak the dragon. And David will have to give himself up. SVP, they overcommitted for the Drake.
Look, I'm gonna tell you right now, Contra, I see no way that TS lose the game at the current state of things. Azar is so far ahead. I'm pretty sure this Fiora can just end the game against Pagos Darius. 2 levels down right now. Look at Azar, he just has no care in the world.
Yeah, I gotta look into how much goal lead he has. It's close to 2,000. And we're not even talking about the Trinity Force being built up just about yet, but when he arrives to the base, yes, there it is.
There it is indeed, and that's a pretty early one. Has the long swords to go along with it. He's gonna be really happy. Now let's look at our man Pagor over here. What does he have? A rocket belt, a pair of pants, and a t-shirt. That's all he's got.
Yeah,
He's not
just
really
chilling
gonna do
out.
well. He's not gonna do super well against this Trinity Force.
He's just gonna be an apprehend machine, you know. Like,
Pretty
If
much.
he can just get his hands laid down on Chewy, Tatsuri, these are some of the targets that he wants to get. Azar, I don't think that's gonna be any added value if he goes head-to-head once more, but he's gonna try
Oh boy.
regardless with Yazi coming in.
Azar, he smelled trouble. Oh no, he had a ward. He didn't smell it. He saw it. And that's just gonna be Yazi coming in for a bit of a gank attempt, but will just be forced away. And look at Pagor. That's not even the ultimate expended for Azar, and half his health is gone. Hamas is gonna flip this hook. There we go.
Oh, great defense that is. That forces the Thunderstorm in.
Nice.
That's all that Prebo needs to do. Get that assault battery now.
Oh,
That's
so
coming
nice.
over the top as well.
Really?
David now caught up. It's a double kill for Trevor.
Yeah, and David's not gonna be able to do too much
Oh,
against
boy.
Goliath this time. Nice kick.
Chewy. It's going to be a little bit of a miss after hand coming from Pagor. A big opportunity that just whipped off the corner. And Yahtzee, he gets started.
Nice.
Things does not look good for SVP. Overcommitting, staying here
Magic
for
shield.
way too long. Team Secret punishes them for dear life.
Really, really good game here from Team Secret. They look much more coordinated. They look more in tune, in sync across the board. Sure, you can argue that playing against worse opponents, this is a free kill. Or not.
Well, still got a turret right there. Count that as the second player for him to just back the Igor right across. Now, Azar, he's not even worried. Like, look at his health bars. Like, he's about close to a quarter. He can stay if he wants to, but it's going to be Yazi that's around the corners. We got the tech stack that's already being set up. Still no Lich Bane though, so you won't expect this Akali to be able to do too high of a burst early on.
Yeah, I mean, this is something that I talked about with What the Jazz a bit earlier about today, right? Hextech Gunblade, it's so expensive. It does so little damage relative to how much you pay. And a good point that What the Jazz raised as well is you can't control when you use the proc. Oh, look at this.
Albert getting caught up, and here comes Kyle away from this a little bit too far wide, and doesn't really affect Team Secret after all. Pagor getting chunked down, taints of corruption. This is going to be a really good call. Satsuri does not care. He's just going to walk right into turret range. But Papa, he wants more. And that's going to be the death sentence connecting into Tin Air. David goes down. Meanwhile, all the fights going all across. Papa now all alone.
Oh, no.
Now he's all surrounded. Eat that punch up. Trapper says so. But it's Chewy. Take the kill away.
It's a very painful one here to watch. It's been a long day for SVP as well. They've played since one of the first games of the day, and Team Secret, they're fresh, they look good. This is the Team Secret we expected to see. They're coming in here strong, they're hitting hard, and Yassi wants a one-on-one.
Yep,
this could be bad.
He really wants it, and that's some
this
really
is
good
bad.
damage onto Azar. Great, perfect execution.
Solo kill.
Albert was not needed. It was a solo kill going over to Yahtzee. Now, you know, the power spike with the Lich Bane is going to give this Akali a little bit more room into the mid game.
Indeed, he has the Lich Bane, and yeah, he's gonna be very powerful right now.
I guess.
I thought you bought a Lich Bane as well. I thought you completed it already. All right, you're getting a bit juked out here, but it's all good. It happens.
And here comes Hero's entrance, not landing at all. But Apprehend, say hello, say goodbye. Trapper gets taken out. He will bleed to death. It's the Darius here. Pagor gets one. It's a shutdown as well. So he's getting a little bit more money in his wallet, while Albert still wants to challenge them. Albert is really low, though. The rest of the Team Secret, they're all clumped up. Aqua Prison onto Azar, and that's where Yassi wants to take him on. Yassi now gets over to the corner, but the Dragon is chipping down to help. He's hiding inside the Shroud. SVP wants them to come right into the corner. And SVP, they will get the Drake, and Tatsuri will punch them out with a distance punch. And that's a double. With David falling out, I don't know, is it worth it to trade your lives for that Drake?
Yeah, it's really not worth it. You lose so many kills, you lose so much tempo. But you know what I really have a problem with here, Contra? Fiora is so useless in these team fights. Look at how far ahead Azar is, and he still cannot team fight. That's just a problem with this champion. Oh, but there we go. Need to sing that spells, guys.
Much more well worth it with the blast cone. It will still not give him any sort of room. A great piercing arrow coming out of Chewy, but he gets chewed on by some wolves.
Yeah, he gets chewed down.
Time.
That's Baron. That's Baron. They can take this for sure because Vi does so much damage to it. They just need to be careful. Akali is outie.
Oh, not really. And that's where it's Pagor tapping hit first.
Oh boy.
Great tidal wave onto Tatsuri. They can pick this kill up. They will give this one over to
he messed up.
Giant. And somehow he dives right in. He has to deal with Azar though. It quickly goes right into the Shroud. And they will reset that Baron.
That was a misplay from Yazi. If not, he kills Chewy as well. He went for the E backflip over the wall and to R2 to reach Chewy, right? That's the idea. But he synced the spells. He overlapped the E backflip with his R2 and then made sure that he could not cover enough distance. That's what allowed Chewy to get away. And yeah, we kind of talked about it, right? They did kill the jungle. They did kill Albert, but they expended so very much. Chains of Corruption as well as the Vi ultimate. That's two big outs used that you could be using to turn the fight instead, and they're not able to have these resources, means they're not able to turn off the Baron, and they will just be content with just getting the kill on Lee and trading Tatsuri's life in return. It's still going to be a pretty big gold lead though. It's still going to be at 7,000 gold lead here for Team Secret. But what I want to see out of them right now is they should be sending Azar to the bottom lane, have him consistently pressure the bottom lane turrets. If anyone goes to him, you get Baron with Vi. If no one goes to him, he gets all the turrets, and you threaten Baron every time they disappear off the map. Just Fog, you pummel push with Varus, and SVP have no more options to play. I really do not like seeing Fiora be here dancing around with his team. I think it's pretty useless. He needs to be pushing bot on that massive wave right now.
And you can tell that Team Secret, they are feeling extremely comfortable. They're just waiting to pick off another member of SVP, and past couple of matches, we gave a lot of talk about Precious, but we'll hold that for now. Great assault battery on top of David. Now they will go in with the chase. Albert all alone, and Chewy turns golden. Now they're in trouble while Azar tries to 1v3. Not going to result all too well. David in an exchange, and that's where the Lee Sin will fall as well. Albert gets picked off. Team Secret just playing tricks with everything that they have on their sleeve, and they can get the tier 2 easy.
Sure, Team Secret get 2 kills. I really like what Trevor did there. I like that he ultied the Nami behind the Xayah, because if he knows that he ulties Xayah, he's just gonna go to the sky and negate his own ultimate. Huge poke damage from Chewy. But my issue, my gripe, is why is Azar here, man? Please go to the side lane. He died once to Yazoo and he got traumatized and he refuses to go back to side lanes ever again. And that's not how it's done.
Yeah, I guess that he thinks all the fun is all in the 5v5, but Trevor says, hey, I can get some fun myself. I'm just gonna solo kill Desire. No need for heavy commitment out there. Not having the ult on Papa, this has been pretty costly. And SVP slowly losing it. And one thing remains constant for Team Secret throughout all these chaos is how well Thomas is playing this map overall.
In this game, I would say he had some pretty questionable trash performances earlier today, but this game is much better. He's still missing some hooks, he's still missing some flays, but that's normal. It's very difficult to land these things in Wild Rift, but he is playing very well, and I think something he did very well earlier today as well on the losing trash game was his lanterns were always in the right place at the right time. So his trash is definitely looking fresh as they pressure the mid lane, while Vi as well as Fiora, they sneak away his Baron Nashor. They're going to be losing the dragon for it, but I think they're more than happy. And right now, please, Fiora, it's time to start split pushing.
Well, they have the Baron buff. No matter what happens from here onwards, you can definitely count on all these wave rushers to be crashing right into SVP's face. So, interesting trade. They never even think of contesting the Baron because they know that they don't have the firepower. They opt for that Cloud Break. Now, needing to deal with all these minion waves is going to be pretty difficult. And Team Secret, they're just playing it safe. They're just firmly putting their chip pull right now, chipping in some of all these plates, and hoping that SVP takes a butt.
Yeah, we saw a bit of a bot lane synergy there from Hamas and Chewy, firing the hook as well as the chains in the exact same location and both hitting air. The idea was there, right? The synergy was there. But you know what really grinds my gears, Contra? Look at Fiora. He's not doing anything. He hasn't been doing anything. I'm just really upset.
Well, I guess that your misery will not last for all too long because
thankfully.
they're about to touch into the base.
There we go.
Going for the inhibs already, but the minion waves are still not doing just about enough. But over on the bot side, we have the Galio to take over that Fiora's role. And pick up Fiora, it's a killing spree. Yahtzee gets that pig, and that's GA being popped. Great news for SVP to get hold on for a dear life. And now it's Trapper in trouble. He gets taken out. Right down below, 3 more members, and here comes the death sentence with the flame, and that will take Pagor down with 4 versus 3. A great bubble lands with the kick as well, and that sets Papa up perfectly to receive that kill. Now with a bare bone base, it's only down to the Nexus for SVP to defend.
Yeah, that's basically, well, yeah, it's a bit low right now, but it's still alive. Chewy's doing so much work on this Varus. I think he's definitely the standout performer for me this game. Him and Hamas have been so dominant, and they've been doing so much that I'm really impressed with Team Secret's bot lane in this game. The problem is, this Fiora pick has left so much to be desired. It's really a simple game plan. You leave your Fiora on the further side of the map from your team. In this case, you put your Fiora in the bot lane. The rest of your team all who go top lane, they hit the turret. If anyone goes to Fiora, you guys end the game at top. If anyone goes to top, Fiora ends the game at bot. It's that simple. They can't do it. So I don't really know.
Yeah, and looking back at the replay, it was some really smooth swerving with the first Turkin hitting perfectly with his protection as we continue on with a little bit more of things that happen right down bot. I guess with so many of these good pickoffs coming from SVP, if he can get another good 5v5, one good team fight could have actually cost Team Secret this game.
Well, Contra, the thing is, a lot of these things are still consolation prizes. I agree, right? If they get one really good team fight, they might be able to just end the game. But yeah, here we go.
Albert getting taken down already. So that actually calls for a flash. And Tatsuri is already down. Thunderstorm pulls him all the way back into the base. But David, what does he need to do as a Nami when there's super minions crashing right in as well? Now that's another pattern spawning up real soon. And Team Secret says, you know what, I'll let you deal with the minions. I go take that big purple.
Oh man, this does not bode well for Team Secret. Why are they having issues in a game as simple as this to close out? It's really that simple. You have a Fiora, just leave him to push a lane while you guys go to another lane. SVP, what's going on right now? If you guys all come out here, your base might actually just die to super minions.
And it's happening right here, right now.
Yeah.
While they are trying to commit, I'm just looking at Papa, who's getting jumped on. It's assault battery, and Papa will not survive for far too long. He's buying a little bit more time, but it's Thomas right across the corner. TP coming in as well.
There we go.
Now they're all split up. It's the Gallo here to end the game with Team Secret 1-up against SVP.
Yeah, and look, Contra, Team Secret had some
entirely different mentality when pro players start a game, when they're in the middle of a game and then they lose and they have to rally back. You know, these are things that actually factor very much into the gameplay, and especially in a series. We're doing best of 2s right now. Once we go into the playoffs, it's gonna, you know, it's gonna be best of 3s, best of 5s. Sometimes there's even best of 7s. So it really does matter, and that does, you know, it's a testament as well to, like, you know, leaders, for example, like James and the team captains, on how they can rally their team. And right now, oh, goodbye Galio. Goodbye Galio over there. Goodbye Olaf as well. Skimmy, what are your thoughts on the bans?
Yeah, the bans were quite interesting. A lot of the same bans as last game. The Gragas denial, for instance. What is left through is the Ribbon, which was banned away last time, so no surprise there. It's going to get locked in place nice and early, but the Renekton was there if they wanted, and that's what surprised me, that they've actually let that go through. Usually, we see the Renekton priority, but it looks like SVP are saying, we're going to take everything that makes you so good, so Team Secret, game on.
Yeah, and you know, I would think that, like, you know, maybe Azar would have picked up the Renekton, but I don't think it's entirely a comfort pick for him, so I think he's a lot more comfortable on the Riven. But right now, Ziggs and the Lee Sin. Okay, I'm liking this from Team Secret. What about you, Jess?
Wow, I'm just surprised that SVP decided to pick Vi here.
Yeah.
It's like I don't hold anything against Vi, but from the looks of it, I do think that Vi is becoming more and more like a thing, you know, in this meta. Like previously we were skeptical about this champion, like, oh, it's too slow, low damage, when you out, he's gonna drag you, you're gonna get stasis, something like that. It doesn't happen, right? So, wow, I do really love the Y pick here.
It feels like Xin is like falling further and further down the priority as a result, right? Because, like, you know, same concept in a way, like that hard engage, but the ability just to lock onto a key target, so you can flash, you can blink, you can travel through space and time, but I'm still coming after you. I think the only interaction we've seen to date so far has been the Camille, like iframing it with the Hextech ultimatum, but obviously not going to be the case here today. So Team Secret said, you know what, we're going to play the Zed. We want another exciting game. Oh, SVP with the Ashe. I'm excited.
Wow.
Okay. Jess, I'm eager to hear your thoughts on this, especially with that, you know, final Ashe pick over there.
For your information, I'm the biggest Ashe fan of all the entire people in this earth. Like, but I think it's really tricky to make this work, because when you draft Ashe into your composition, you need the proper follow up, like something more simple, something like such as Ari, something like Lee Sin, but
thing will roll in the final match here. Team Secret versus SVP.
I don't know what we're watching anymore at this point. Is it a fighting game at this point, Contra?
It feels like one. Well, it is. Trevor definitely could pull some great punches.
You know what we noticed between these two teams? They love to go for these 5v5s. They are just contesting the wave like crazy.
Oh, indeed they do. They burned a flash from Yazi already, and this doesn't seem like it's a good time for SVP at the very least, but they will call off the ARAM mode, and they will move right back in the jungle. They've already spotted out the Vi, so maybe Azar wants to disrupt him for a little bit, but he doesn't really want to miss the wave. So maybe punishing Renekton is great.
This is really good for Mazar. Renekton is a lane bully, but he's so weak at level 1. And he's so weak when he doesn't have Fury. There you go. Faster flash away. Really good for Mazar. And this all comes back to contesting that level 1 wave. All but now though, because he got the honey fruit, he is going to be pretty happy with the Fury. He just needs to wait for level 2 and he can start contesting. But still, burning the flash at level 1, really good for Mazar. Great start.
And Albert had a little bit of struggle right there and then. Where he soaked a little bit of ESV from mid and Trevor trying to go for a set like
this is. Yeah, he's just contesting the wave. Yeah, okay. He's just contesting the wave. I thought he wanted to try for a gank. But yeah, that's fine. He gets level 3. He will be able to just go and pick up the Scuttle Crab now.
You and I will be upset if his aim was just to take that, cannon minion.
Did you see that? You saw that, right?
Yeah. He stayed there and said, hey, guys, I got no other camps to farm. I don't want to go for my
he has lots
Raptors.
Of camp, but I don't think
I don't want to go for my buff. I just want to camp here.
Exactly.
I'm safe with the set.
Oh, this is really good for Azar. I think he can honestly keep trading because no Fury from all but means it's so hard for him to trade back onto you. And even if he does, it doesn't do a substantial amount of damage. Forced to smite there, Pagor, because of the shadow from Tatsuri. Good applying of pressure onto the jungle clear. It's going to be a pretty even game so far. And I want to touch very quickly on what the Jazz was saying. He is the biggest Ashe fan in the world, right? Ashe is a great champion. And there's a couple of reasons for that. What makes Ashe so strong? Her ability to push and bully lanes, even into a champion like Ziggs. We're seeing that in action right now. Pushing the wave, getting the gold lead, getting the reset timings. That's great. We just saw part 2, right? Hawkshot that just flew past your stream.
Ignite coming in right there, and one last hit! Tatsuri shows who's the better Zed.
Indeed. Tatsuri gets the solo bolo while I was on my rant. As Yasi, once again, he's going for the Hextech Revolver. Something in which we have questioned quite a bit here. But, you know, he's comfortable on it. He's confident on it. We'll let the man have it. Trevor on the watch. Just going to recall right now. And back to the point about this Ashe. The last thing that makes him so good is that enchanted crystal arrow. Against champions like Ziggs that just want to permanently wave clear. At mid, you just shoot the arrow on his head. And if you kill him from half a screen away, then you get the tower. And that just completely denies his potential to wave clear. What is this from Tatsuri?
Oh, Tatsuri, he goes in with the dash mark. He wants the position for this. Yasi already burned the perfect execution. And he makes it out. Great spacing, but Trevor, he's on the chase. He might just be able to land a perfect cake.
Both junglers are here, Contra. Oh,
they're not getting anything.
Yeah, that's it. Both junglers just back away. But this is really nice because you secure the mid prio. What do? You 4-man dive bot. Great stuff from Team Secret. They're going in.
Here comes the quickness, and that's an immediate double. A freebie for Tatsuri. And look at Trevor, he's just saying bye. I think he's just been babysitting this Zed all along.
Yeah,
it's
he has.
Hey, dude, I got some good stuff. Come follow me. It's like,
But you saw what happened because of it. Because he babysit the Zed has the space to look for pressure in lane and to go for these rotations. And Trevor's a bit sad. He just came in for the Sonic Wave. But that was so clean there from Hamas as well as Tatsuri. And Chewy, you know, throwing in the bomb on top of that. Great stuff for Team Secret right now. I do want to point out once again, Chewy has also opted to run the Font of Life runes. We touched on that one a bit earlier. But for anyone who wasn't here, you do lose out on a tiny bit of damage, especially in laning phase. Out of lane is much less important, but in return, you give yourself and your team so much healing with your AoE spells.
That's right, and I guess you guys might opt to try this one out on your normal games.
Well, maybe don't try it in solo queue games. I would not try this.
Yeah, not ranked games. That's why I say normal games first before anything else. So
if you're playing with teammates you can trust, sure.
Yeah. Else just put it to the bots. You know, like that would be the best option.
Oh, they want to contest this. They might go for both.
And they will be able to actually smite this one away. Perhaps it will be SVP that will be able to actually land that snatch. Meanwhile, it's going to be a Renekton all alone over the mid lane. Nice. 4 members, Team Secret picks him up. Albert will not have anything left, and he burned a flash for it. I felt like might as well just keep it. This is where you just drop the Herald, you get the turret.
It's a very bad habit, but a lot of players have it, right? And it's a hard habit to unlearn because it's just so instinctive and it's so natural. I'm dying, I'm gonna flash. But most of the times, you might want to just keep your flash. And here we go, he tries to find something here, Yahtzee.
Free execution, here comes the assault battery as well. Great dash, Yahtzee. Now, dropping pretty low, but it will be Trapper to hold up for the moment. He doesn't really have, he has to burn a flash. SVP they're forcing members of Team Secret all across the corner, but yet again, not finding their first kill.
Yeah, not managing to find anything here. Really sad stuff from SVP. They blow all their ultimates. Everything was used, and they only get the flash of Trevor, nothing else. This is a bit of a heartbreaking situation for SVP. 6 minutes in game, there's 6,000 gold down, and this is not where you want to be. Your team comp is one which relies on tempo. You need to find leads. Renekton should be having leads. You need to be finding plays and picks with the Vi ultimate, with the Ashe ultimate, but they're not managing to do that here.
Right, they need this Renekton to eventually scale up as
Look at this
well.
solo
And
like, why would you be here, Papa? Like, there's no way that you don't die here in any universe.
Like, going against a Zed, I don't know what else is he asking for. Like,
just leave,
that
just
flash,
leave the lane. You
the
can't
heal,
be there.
and this is the arrow that they've been looking for.
Oh.
Great punch, and Pegor will not have his ult available to go in for the pickup. And Hamas, after all, is so slippery that is not the target that they want from Team Secret.
Don't forget, he has the aftershock as well, so he's gonna be so tanky. And that's something that we need to touch on very quickly, right? Because there's a very good chance that Hamas might be the one that needs to block the arrow here on this team. There's no one else that can really do it, right? Everyone else is slippery, but they want to make sure that Chewy does not get hit. It's likely that Hamas will be a good spot and block it for him. That's also why he has the Gargoyle Stoneplate. So really good itemization and rune choices to make sure that he can keep Chewy safe. I think that's really good. That's a nice touch. And Tatsui seems like he's just running away with the game.
Sure enough, and
what's
here
this?
comes the quickness, getting onto
the
two.
bait.
David now getting chunked down while the rest of Team Secret will try to follow up. Trevor now going in to cut off the exit point. Here comes the Wild Growth, knocked him up in the air, double knock up, and that's where they all get stuck. And Tadic Crystal Arrow will
that
land,
punch.
but Pegor
Nice.
will survive for the slightest of moment. Consider that a save from Papa.
Really good play there from Pegor. He taps the punch to knock Lee Sin out of the resonating strike. Really good stuff coming in from him. But I think there's a problem for SVP right now, and that problem is a Zed problem. They cannot answer him on the side lanes. No one can answer him on the side lanes. Look at his gold. He's 8,000 gold. He's 3,000 gold up on all but. And we normally do see the Renektons be able to kill the Zed in the side lanes, but with this kind of a goal lead, maybe that's not happening.
Exactly double the net worth of what the Kali has at the moment. And Yahtzee, as much as he thinks that he has all the damage, it's Tatsuri that can just 100-0 death mark needed to pull that one off. So just relying on the Shroud will potentially be not enough because you could just randomly throw shurikens anyway.
Yeah, you can just randomly throw shurikens anyway. I like the way you put it. You just toss out a bunch of shurikens. If you hit 2 out of 3, that's a kill.
They get it! A great arrow!
They do get it. The arrow from downtown is
Jess
always
is
gonna
be
work.
so happy about this, you know? Like, he's probably watching, yep, that's my Ashe. And Hamas now tries to pick him up. Yahtzee can only buy a little bit more time, but the rest of SVP, they're just watching him as he falls. A little bit overkill with the Mega Inferno Bomb.
A little bit, right? But you rather be safe than sorry, and the great thing about Ziggs is the cooldown is so short.
That's right, and I guess it will not be available for this Dragon takedown. SVP really wants it for themselves, but they only got 4 members out there, and look at flank. Lazar's coming right in. Pegor coming in with the setup as well. Ham is now being brought down low while he jumps onto the rest of SVP, and Azar gives chase. Ignite onto Albert. That's where they find the kill. Azar still chunking them down, and it's Tatsuri showing it all off, and Azar still survives. 1 tick of health. Yahtzee will claim his life for it. But how much can Yahtzee do right here with Trapper already taking him down? And Team Secret feeling like this is a walk in the park.
Yeah, that's only 1 kill going over to SVP, right? Team Secret, they use everything. They use all their spells, but they wipe SVP with only David left alive. I'm not sure if he even just respawned. It's a bit of a blood buff going on, so I can't really keep track. My brain is slowing down at this point, and I think SVP, I think we gotta cut them some slack as well, right? This is the same story as Team Flash earlier today. These are the 2 teams that's been playing the longest. They've been playing the whole day.
Yeah, I gotta say that SVP definitely have maybe a slightly early start as compared to Team Secret. But who's counting, right? Like, we still have so many games here in the group stages, and let's have a look at this replay.
Yeah, and in this replay, you really just look at how the teamfight is set up. Look at Pablo, he's really doing pretty well here to try to kite, to try to upwalk. But it's just a bit of a wallet gap, a bit of a champion gap. He gets in like 10 autos that fight. If he was a hit or like even, he might actually be able to do a lot more here. But you just see the Riven run at you, see the Lee Sin run at you. Ziggs is throwing bombs at your head while all this is going on. What can you really do?
And I managed to also spot out that there was a point blank whiff of the enchanted crystal arrow in that team fight that might have actually hindered this Ashe from perhaps securing that kill. But this is also going to be a whip, somehow curving everybody that he should have actually landed that arrow on. Mega Throw Bomb catches onto all three while Papa getting chunked down. Oh my word! Azar and Hamas, they will find every one of these SVP members here in the jungle. But they've already exhausted all of these spells. And that's where you see Albert somehow falls. Well, this fight will go on with Tatsuri coming with the death mark as well. How much more can they hold on? David, one tick of health left. And just leaving the shadows behind. It's a double and a rampage. Tatsuri with the stop points.
Tatsuri is really flashy this game. He's playing so well individually, mechanically, and this is kind of his game to pop off here. And you really love to see it because I do think Team Secret as a whole have been quite underwhelming prior to this game. Even in the last game where they were dominant over SVP, I think they could have played it a lot cleaner, a lot better. But this game, this is just dominance from Team Secret across the board. Everyone is doing great. Everyone's doing their role. Hamas is just tying up multiple people. Chewy has 10 assists on his X, just throwing in the bombs, has the Font of Life, and here we go, triple shuriken.
Death mark again, and Albert will just be popped. You know what? Tatsuri might just take the title of being the best Zed in the tournament, and I guess he has to fight Radiance for it eventually against MBR. And look at we go right in. It's gonna be
the kick.
And the kick! It just stopped Yahtzee! He just got bamboozled! How much more can he hold on though? He lands that kick onto the minute, but not only is the damage out there to take down Yahtzee, Pagor just secures his exit. Wow. That was flashy.
It was very flashy. Team Flash is not playing anymore, but it's still a very flashy game. Team Secret, they're individually, mechanically playing so very well this game, and I think that this is the expectation that we have. Here we go.
Here comes the quickness onto Drino, and the grand entrance to be able to ensure that all these members of SVP will get chunked down. Trapper will secure it as well, and he makes damn sure of it. And Hip's now being crushed. And what more can SVP do to defend this?
Not really much at all, I would say, Contra. It's a pretty tough situation to be in, and you gotta consider when you're playing a team comp like SVPs, you like wave clear, you like scaling, you like the ability to do a lot of things to get to these late game team fights, and that's just what you're opting into when you're picking such an early game focused, execution reliant team composition. If you're not able to pull it off, this is exactly the kind of situation you find yourself in. You're stuck in your base, you can't leave the base, you hit the arrow, you can't find a kill, you walk into your jungle, Hamas charms you, the bomb lands on your head, you just die. There's not really much you can do.
Yeah, and currently 20-3. We're not even talking about all these gold grabs. That's probably gonna be off the charts. And here comes Yahtzee though. He tries to survive. How long more can he take? Another death mark secures this dominance of the Zed, just playing way out of his mind. Now he's just gonna be doing that soul split push and challenge crystal arrow over commitment. Mega Infernal Bomb only will take it down SVP, and that's just one kill for SVP, and they still have problems over on the bottom portion of the map.
They have problems everywhere, Contra. I don't think there's a single place they don't have an issue right now. SVP have 99 problems, and all of them are Team Secret. That's the best I could do. It's been a long day.
Yeah, I was hoping for a good punchline.
I'm sorry to let you down.
And I guess Tatsuri is the bane of their existence right now.
Yep.
I don't even know how would they even have any sort of answer. You can't rely on the polymorph. You can't rely on the enchanted crystal arrow, but there you go. Going in for a good shot onto the Lee Sin, and yet again, they give chase. But look at Tatsuri again. 1v1 over the bottom side, and it's going to be the Zed going godlike.
That's just the death mark to pick him off at the end of the day. Yeah, I mean, honestly, this is just the execution right now, right? SVP, their Death Warrant has been signed for a while now. Team Secret, they're just waiting for the execution.
SVP needing to hold on to the very final turret. Here comes the Megan from the bomb. Team Secret just giving them a little bit of a splash of water. And now with the Baron power play, which I feel may not be necessary. But you know what? Let's get the best stats out there for Team Secret, as they are the champions of the Philippines anyway, so it's all about the flair.
You can't blame them pumping up the stats a little bit this game. This game is pretty different from last game, right? Last game I felt like they had the ability to end and they just were misidentifying it. This game, they're just, you know, having a bit of style points, having a bit of fun, letting Tatsuri get some solo kills in. He's looked really, really good this game and in his Galio game as well, which I think is really important because Tatsuri is a key member of this team and he needs to step up big time like he's doing right now.
That's right, and Tatsuri might just actually 1v5. He's going to be moving in with his shadow. He plays perfectly well. Yasi dives hit first, and that's the death bar on top of it. The damage is going to be good, and with the flash, he secures a legendary kill. While there's a dive over the top side as well, and here comes a charm on top of 2 members. And SVP having that Pegor there to take every single brunt of the damage, and it's Team Secret here that will reign supreme. Taking